Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to the channel. This is Red Prep and building up to the Manchester United away fixture against Everton in the Premier League. Manchester United are, relatively speaking, in a rich favor form. They've only lost one match in the last five, having won all the rest of the four matches, while Everton also have only lost one match in their last five matches, and their last couple of actually three fixtures have been really good for them. Two away victories against West Ham and Crystal Palace, and a home draw against Brighton. Everton, of course, have been docked 10 points for financial fair play reasons, and that has really hit them hard. And they're now in the relegation zone with 4 points. They'd be smarting, and United will have to be wary of the fact that Everton will go hammer and tongs against them just to get back the confidence that must have taken a hit after such a huge and unprecedented penalty. Historically speaking, Manchester United have had an upper hand with 93 wins against 71. Even last season, they won all three fixtures against them with a convincing victory in the FA Cup, either side of the Premier League fixtures, both at their ground as well as at Old Trafford. Especially noteworthy was that away victory because United were on that run of close 1-0 and 2-1 after the dismal start to the season last year, and it was also the match where Cristiano Ronaldo scored his last ever goal for Manchester United. Coming to Everton, how they like to play, obviously with Sean Dyche, they are good defensively. Especially considering that they've had few injuries to players like Michael Keane. Brandon Wade had come into the team and really taken hold of that centre back position alongside Tarkowski, who's a behemoth for them at the back end. Attacking wise, they like to play long balls and even cross the ball into the box with two informed wide players in Jack Harrison and Dwight McNeil. They're also stocked in the midfield area with plenty of good options from goal scoring form of Dukure to really combative style of Amadou Onana, and also the passing and tempo of somebody like James Garner, who is also a Manchester United Academy graduate. As far as the attacking threat goes, we already discussed Ducore, who is the top goal scorer in the Premier League with 4 goals. Obviously, they have Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's always dominant when he's fit and firing, and he has been for the last month. In terms of the midfield options and wide players, but McLean and Harrison have been exceptional, especially in the last month. In terms of creativity, they rely a lot on the wide players. It's no surprise to see that Jack Harrison is topping the chart for the most assists with three. For midfield, also James Garner and Onana have contributed in terms of attacking intent as well. Defensively speaking, they have a fledgling solid partnership in duo Tarkowski and Bantamweight. They're both physically dominant, also a threat from set pieces. Obviously, Pickford is their regular keeper. He's prone to few mistakes, but overall he's doing all right. And obviously, he is the number one goalkeeper for Gareth Southgate's England national team. With that done, we'll move to the tactical board and try to break down the way both teams will probably play and the expected lineups for both the teams. I think for this match, Shaw might be brought into the left centre back position because it is less demanding, and until he gets the fitness back to where he can play, twice in a week, I think he'll play there. Reguilon might slot into the left back position because he's got plenty of rest. Or since Dalo also missed the international duty due to personal reasons, Dalo might play in that position because he's done well in that position. Wan Bissaka will slot into the right back position, I think. He's done exceptionally well since his comeback, and we've seen to picked up few more results since he's back because he's the only person in that back four who's got real pace about him. In terms of midfield, I think Eriksen, if he's fit, will slot into that position beside McTominay, who seems to be the flavor of the month for Ten Hag. Or we might see Amrabat, though I doubt, since he hasn't gotten enough chances recently. Fernandes will slot into that number 10 position. I think Rashford might start because Hoyland might not be fit. If Hoyland obviously is declared fit enough and he passes the fitness test, then he might slot into that number 9 position, and Rashford might go left, and Garnacho should continue on the left flank. This should be the United lineup, but obviously if Hoyland's not there, I don't think Martial has the confidence of the manager to start. So he might just bring in Anthony on the right flank and start Rashford up front, which he hasn't done well playing there. So I presume that it'll be a change that is forced upon Ten Hag rather than him choosing that. But we'll wait and see. Recently, Everton have deployed this 4-4-1-1 formation with Doucouré playing behind Calvert-Lewin and also going beyond him. Because really, Calvert-Lewin is really good at holding the ball and also is a threat in the air. So that has worked well for them. They usually like to provide width to their play and put in balls either from Jack Harrison, or even if he drops inside the space, then Mikolenko usually overlaps and puts in crosses for the likes of Calvert Lewin or Dokore to come into the box, or even Amado Onana, who is good at making those late runs into the box. Apart from them, obviously Garner and Amado Onana has that partnership has done well in the last month or so. So I can see that continuing. In terms of their wide players, McNeil and Harrison both are left-footed, but they seem to complement each other, and they can also change position within the match. So that is the adaptability and unpredictability that they can add to this fixture. In terms of the defensive formation, obviously Tarkovsky and Branthwaite are solid. They lack pace, but they usually play with a low block, so that is in the comfort zone, especially for Tarkovsky. With Young, that is a vulnerable position. He recently got a first half of red card against Liverpool at Anfield, so he's obviously a weakness that can be exploited. But he is an experienced player. I'm sure with the Everton crowd backing him, he'll be fired up for this match, especially against Manchester United, his former employers. Mikolenko has done well recently, both attacking wise and defensively. There is a weakness in him. He is prone to some mistakes and lapses of concentration, but he's on a wave right now of great performances, and I think his confidence will carry him through. And he is a threat always on set pieces as well as putting in balls from open play. Pickford always liable to put in a clanger, but he's been consistent. And obviously, with his performances for England, he keeps getting into the Gareth Southgate's team. So this is probably the predicted line. Only thing they can do is bring in Idrissa Gueye just to give more solidity in midfield if Ghana is deemed to be too raw for this match. I think there'll be overall expected lineups of both the teams in this match. Overall, this will be a hotly contested match. It'll be certainly a lot more difficult than last season. Everton are seething with the adjudication and the execution of the penalty against them. 10-point deduction, which is historic in every way. So they'll be hurting, and they'd want to inflict that pain on Manchester United as well. United themselves have an important fixture in midweek against Galatasaray. That is a must-win as well in order for them to ensure that they have still a role to play in the Champions League this season. With possible return of Luke Shaw, United sadly are getting players back, and it'll be interesting whether he slots into the left back position or the left centre back position, which he has played well, especially last season. Inshallah, United can hold their nerves and ensure that they can return to Old Trafford with 3 points. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do the red dissection episode for this match. We will be back with the red prep for the Galatasaray match. Please join us for that. Until then, take care, do good. Pray for all the oppressed people, especially in Palestine. Assalamu alaikum.